Wellness Conference 2025. Speaker, Dr. Kien Vuu. How are you today, first of all?
I am doing amazing. It's such a privilege to be in a space of so many thought leaders, but just inspired by the fact that people want to come shift their life, and not only for themselves, but for other people. So it's super inspiring to be here. I do believe that how we live our life, the energy in which we live our life, it affects everything around us. And so many people want to live a long time because they're afraid of death. And how do I get the next gadget, the next tool? How do I spend all this money because I'm afraid? But what you're doing is you're living through that lens of I'm afraid. Guess what? That energy turns on inflammation in your body and it lowers your immune system. But if you lived your life just like recognizing it's a gift and it's a joy to be alive, and how do I want to spend this, and you feel this energy and you spread that energy, all of a sudden, like other people feel it. And if you could be a reason why other people think that heaven's right here on earth, that's amazing. That spreads. And so if you could live that way, maybe your body is gone, but that energy lives on. That is the true longevity. That's the true legacy.
You know, and you also spoke about something very personal to you, obviously, what happened with your daughter being in the hospital at a very young age. How did that affect your practice, and how did that affect your mission of bringing this message out?
I've talked about love before, and I knew the things to say when somebody talks about love, but I didn't know it. I didn't sense it. I didn't feel it. It was after I held her in my arms, and I'm like, oh my God, like I love this person so much. I don't care if she has any health complication or not. I love her so much. In that moment, I was like, why don't I feel that way about me? How come I'm looking at the world in this way? And so that woke me up. And so these experiences that we have, you know, I had somebody that ended up stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from me that we hired. But all these events, all these things that we think are struggles or challenges, I think they're gifts from an intelligence much higher than us to forge us. Because it was after these experiences that allowed me to heal, allowed me to know love, allowed me to trust, allowed me to have more faith. And that changed everything. That changes everything. Like right now, like I don't do what I do because I want money. I do what I do because I want to spread love. Right. And that feels really good.
And that feels really good. And I think you're right. I think there's something to say about spreading love, being the light that you want to see in the world, as you mentioned earlier. And I feel that is, in a good sense, contagious, right?
If we do that, if we feel that, oh my God, I mean, it only takes a few of us to be able to just concentrate with that energy, and all of a sudden it will spread.
Are there certain pillars, would you say, for someone who is looking to obviously feel that way and to be a little more elevated, that steps that they can take to achieve that?
Yes, get my book, Thrive State.
Yes, absolutely, get Thrive State.
Because I do talk about the pillars. There's really 5, right? There is physical, which includes our sleep, nutrition, and movement. And so even if you can't get into the spiritual stuff, if you just do these physical things, like if you sleep more, you're going to have more energy. You're going to make better decisions so that you're not stuffing crap in your body. But sleep, movement, and nutrition, then it's the emotions. I have a lot of techniques in my book that talk about how to handle our emotional states. Because I believe that we're supposed to feel all of life. And that's how we get to feel life.
Good and the bad.
The good and the bad. But if there's an emotion we don't want to feel, we get stuck on it. I don't want to feel this way. And all of a sudden there's this loop of staying there, and you avoid feeling and you numb yourself. And then you get trapped in those emotions of stress, worry, anxiety, fear. And if that's your emotional home, you're going to drive stress in your body, which causes inflammation that lowers your immune system. Then it's our thoughts. We feel what we focus on. So we focus on things that we have versus things we don't have. We focus on things that we can control or things we can't control. Because these things
it's a learned practice. It's a learned practice. A lot of people have trouble with that part.
Absolutely. All of this is a journey, is a practice. So don't expect make little tiny changes too. Here's the thing: if you make a little tiny change, you shift your biofield. All of a sudden, you feel better. So it's easy to make the next change and the next change, the next change. But it all starts with tiny steps. And the last couple of things is community. Just making sure. I mean, we're all energetically connected. So are you connected with a community that believes in you, that wants to see the best for you? And then finally, it's that purpose in spiritual sense of just like knowing why you're here, knowing that you're connected, knowing that you're safe, that you're loved. And if you could tap into that, unstoppable. Like right now, if like all my money in my bank account is gone, I'm like, I'm still here. I still get to carry this energy, right? You really become unstoppable at that point. You're just recognizing this is life. I get to be here. Wow, what do I get to do next?
It's all part of the journey. And also in that state,
Yeah.
you're probably able to fix whatever you get out of whatever you're doing.
That state, you become magnetic. I mean, if you're a salesperson, you think you're going to make more sales? You know, if you're a media person, you think you're going to get more views? That state is contagious. That's the state of love. That's the state that I hope people could wake up to. Yeah.
And I think they are.
Yeah.
I think they are. And being here at the Wellness Center with you, I think they're getting the message.